Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be doing my updated nursery tour. If you are new to my channel, here we talk about classic living and traditional values, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. If you haven't already checked out my Substack newsletter where you'll get access to a ton of exclusive content, including my book club, my AV club, weekly articles, as well as a ton of other stuff, make sure to head over to classicallyabby.substack.com. Now, I have a nursery tour on my channel already, but that was when we were living in a very temporary situation. And if you watch that video, I don't even have a bassinet, I don't even have a crib. I had a pack and play set up in the corner because we weren't gonna be staying in that place long term. Did I love that nursery? Absolutely, but it wasn't the final product. In the last year, we have moved 3 times, which is crazy when you think about it. And we have finally purchased a home, and this is where we're gonna be for quite some time. So we could actually invest time and energy into my son's nursery and make it the nursery I had always dreamed of. Now, we wanted to do a woodland themed nursery for a few different reasons. One, my husband and I love animals. We absolutely love animals. And number 2, when we have another child, a woodland themed nursery is something that can be male or female, so it was gender neutral. So we thought that it would be easy enough for us to bring another baby into this nursery if it's a girl, and it wouldn't be like having to switch over completely. We love this room, and here's a little sneak peek of what it looks like. So I want to tell you all about this room, how we came up with everything, why everything is in here. Everything in this room has meaning to me. So let's start off with the color. We chose green together because my husband's favorite color is green, number 1. But number 2, again, green is a gender neutral color, and it's just really calming and sweet. We love it for a baby's nursery. So we chose something in the sage family, a little bit lighter, something that wasn't going to be really dark and overwhelming. We wanted something that was bright and airy. And so we chose this color from Bear. We love it. We love the color of this room, and we did it in an eggshell finish because we were told that eggshell is stands up better to wear. So next up, let's just work our way around the nursery. So when you walk in and you turn to your right on the floor is a little bear basket, and that is the laundry basket. My husband loves bears, so there's quite a few bears and bear themed things in this nursery. And one of the things that we have are 2 little baskets that are woven to look like bears. One is our hamper and one holds our blankets. Now, the blanket basket at this point probably should not be out because we're in Florida, it's not cold. And also he's not a little tiny baby anymore that needs to be wrapped up in a blanket, but we kind of still have it out, I think, just more as decor. So we start off there, and then when you look up, you're going to see our brand new bookcase. We just recently purchased this bookcase from Amazon. I wanted to get a bookcase that was a little bit interesting, and if you look at this bookcase, it has kind of staggered shelves, which are fun, and you can put different things in, and we use it for his books and for his toys. It's sort of Montessori style in the sense that we have books available for him to grab when he's old enough, and only 1 or 2 or 3 toys displayed. Now, it's not short enough to be Montessori style. It's a little too tall, but we like the idea that we're just putting a few things out for him to play with and not having a ton of toys always out for him to grasp. Now, almost all of our toys are from Lovevery. We love Lovevery. We love Lovevery. We love that brand. We love what they do. We love all their toys. We love their boxes. And so those are the toys we keep out on display and the ones that we really enjoy when he plays with. We also have so many books that have so much meaning to us. First of all, we're working our way through Winnie the Pooh right now because I grew up with my dad reading us Winnie the Pooh every Friday night, and I'm hoping to do a Winnie the Pooh themed birthday for my son's first birthday. So that's gonna be really fun. But all of the books that we have are really meaningful to us because for his baby shower, we asked people to buy a book and write a note in that book so that when he's older, he can see it. And I think that's just a really lovely idea, and it means that all the books that we have, or most of them, are really meaningful. We also have a few of our photo albums, rather all of our photo albums in here, and I need to make one for this year, and it's still on my to-do list. But that is something that we like to keep in here because we want him to know his family. He's the first of hopefully many children, and this is what is important, is family. On the top of our bookshelf, we've got a little glass box that was used as decor at his baby shower. And in that we store his little baby toothbrush and his toothpaste because he just sprouted two baby teeth on the front, on the bottom. And we use that to hold his toothpaste and toothbrush. And we've also got 3 little stuffed animals that Jacob and I bought together, or that he gave me when we were early in our marriage or dating. And last but not least, we have a snow globe that's also a music box. And every night we listen to the music box and watch the snow globe. It's kind of part of our bedtime routine. He usually wants to suck on it. But it's the music that it plays is really beautiful, and it's just really wonderful to see his little face taking in this pretty item. And I actually got that at Goodwill. I found it there and I really loved it, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I loved it, and it ended up in his nursery. Now, I really wanted to get a round hanging mirror for his nursery. I love the one that we chose. I think it's so pretty. I got it on Amazon for really inexpensive, but I wanted to get a mirror for his nursery because he loves mirrors. Babies love mirrors. They love seeing themselves, and it makes them laugh. And so every night before we go to bed, we look in the mirror and we kind of make faces at each other, and it's just a really nice piece of decor that's also useful. So as you continue on in the nursery, you'll find his crib. We just have a simple crib from Amazon. We just wanted a simple one that wasn't going to be really flowery or anything, just easy to put together. And we also have wall decals over his crib. I didn't feel comfortable putting anything over his crib that could fall on him. God forbid there was anything that happened. I just didn't want to risk it. So I felt comfortable with wall decals because they're just sticky and they stick on the wall. And so I actually bought 2 and put them together in my own way. I really like the design that I came up with. I think it's really cute and fun, and it's also just very in theme with that woodland theme. Moving into what I like to call my corner of the nursery. This is where I nurse him. This is where I sit while rocking him to sleep. It's the glider, and this is a great glider, although I will say I wish that it was a little bit easier for it to pop open because it's just a normal mechanical mechanism. It's not electric or anything, and so sometimes it gets stuck when I'm trying to push it open, and sometimes it gets stuck when I'm trying to put it back. So meaning like when I want to recline it, but I still really like it. And the blanket, which is also behind me right now, was a gift from my mother-in-law, and I love the design of it. It's got little deers on it, and I really love it. And on the inside, let's see, of this quilt, it's white and blue. It's really beautiful. Next to me is another Goodwill find, and that was this amazing table. I love this table. It's so beautiful. I can't believe I found this at Goodwill. I just absolutely love the design of it. We store a few things in here. We store burp cloths and extra sheets for his bed and things like that, but I just love that I have this here. I can put my water on it. We have his sound machine, a little lamp, another sound machine. We have 2 sound machines, but I absolutely love this little table. And then behind me on the wall, we have a quilt that I registered for because I loved this quilt. I thought it went with the woodland theme. We ended up hanging it up on the wall, and I love that. It was my mom's idea that we do that. And then we also have a Harvest Blessings picture, that painting that I had purchased for some other part of the house, and then it ended up in here because I just really liked it and I thought it went with the room really beautifully. I shouldn't forget about the rug, which I picked up from Home Goods. I wanted to get a rug so he could roll around and have a good time because he likes being on the floor. And I like this rug a lot because it's neutral. It picks up the green of the wall, but it's neutral. And it's also not such a high pile that he can't have a good grip on the floor. So he can actually crawl on this and he is able to move easily. But off to my right in the nursery is the kind of caddy that hangs off of his changing table. Now I will say, in an ideal world, I probably would have made his dresser the changing table, which is a pretty common thing just because it saves space, but we wanted to work with the furniture that we had and we didn't want to spend extra money just to spend it. So we bought a changing table, which is really inexpensive. on Amazon, and we got this caddy that hangs off the side of it, which is really actually great. It has a place for my wipes, it has a place for his diapers, it has a place for burp cloths and for his creams and gels and things like that. So that hangs right next to me while I'm nursing, so I can always grab a burp cloth if I need it. And then on his changing table, we have his actual changing pad. So we have the Hatch changing pad, which is it's a scale, and we got that because he really struggled with his weight early on. Thank God he is doing so good now, so it's all good. But we do have that, and we love this changing pad. It's been really wonderful for us. And then we just store a bunch of extra things underneath the changing table, like his diapers, like his medicines, like extra toys. We put those all underneath the changing table. We also chose these green curtains from Target, and we really like them. They go with the room, they go with the wall color, and they're blackouts. And we also bought custom blinds to put into this window so that we could have a totally blacked out room when he takes his naps and goes to sleep. I love these blinds. They're really easy to use, and the curtains on top are really helpful actually, because there is light leak around the edge. Moving into the corner opposite me right now, we have a few things of art on the wall. We have this little piece of art that I got at Goodwill. I couldn't believe I found it. It says Bear Collector on it, and it's the cutest little thing. I love that addition to the nursery. It is so much fun. And then underneath it, I hung a blanket from a friend that he had given us, and it has the alphabet on it, and it's really beautifully knit. I didn't ever want to actually use it as a blanket because I was afraid it would get dirty, and so I figured I would just hang it, and it's a fun way for us to look at his letters, and also it's got animals on it. It's really fun. Then right next to that, we have our dresser, and the dresser was actually something we got when we got married. Like right when we got married, I was gonna use the dresser, but we sort of outgrew it, and it became something we used in the guest bedroom, and then we realized it would be a really good fit for the nursery. And on top of the dresser, we have a few more bears because we love bears. The big white bear was part of my baby shower, and the smaller bear was a gift from my mother-in-law. And last but not least, I have one extra chair in here. It's just a chair that we had bought for another part of the house when we were living somewhere else with a blanket on it. The blanket's useful because if I come in here in the middle of the night and I'm cold, I can always just grab it. But the chair is also great because if my husband wants to sit in here while I'm nursing him or we just want to talk, there is some place for him to sit. Before now, when I really needed to nurse with him in the nursery, and I spent so much time in the nursery, we actually had a much comfier chair for my husband moved into the nursery so that we could spend what felt like hours here together and he didn't have to be uncomfortable. But now we don't spend as much time in here. We don't need to spend as much time in here. So if he comes to sit, it's just for a few minutes. It's not necessary, and he doesn't need something really, really comfortable. In the future, when we have another baby, we may have to rethink that. We may decide that we want to get another chair in here that's really comfortable so that he can spend time with me. But also, hopefully, I won't be as much in the learning curve of motherhood where I was like trying to nurse and didn't know how to do it and all of those other things, but we'll see. Last but not least is the hook on the wall. That sounds funny, but I wanted to get a cute little hook, and I got this one that screws into the wall. It's this brown wooden little hook. I just heard my baby and that distracted me. He's so cute. And we use that to hang his towels after he takes his baths. So we don't have to just hang it off the side of this changing table or off of one of the handles on his dresser. We have a place specifically for his towels to dry after he takes a bath and we dry him off. And that is the nursery. That is the nursery tour. I love it in here. It is so cozy and cute and makes me so happy every time I come in here. I love it, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know in the comments what you think of the nursery. If you did any fun themes for your baby's nurseries, I'd love to hear. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and make sure to leave a comment down below. If you aren't already subscribed to my Substack newsletter, head over to classicallyabby.substack.com and make sure to become a part of our community. And if you're not following me on social media, it's at classicallyabby absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!